him no rest till he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
Hey, and that's when you can stop going on the highways, the byways, and the hedges. Once the Heavenly Father makes us a praise in the earth, that's when your job is done. That's when you get the that true rest that the brothers Shalimar talk about all the time. You know, once you Yahweh Shema Shah say, hey, the job is done. You know, then we can stop going out. Then we can stop putting out videos. Hey, somebody get that Habakkuk too. 2 and 1.
I also got that David 12 and 1 also.
Alright, hold that up.
I got it. Habakkuk. There's somebody else.
Alright, bring it out.
It's Habakkuk 2 and 1. It says, I will stand up on my watch and set me up on the tower and watch, and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered
the brother. Hey, and that's what the brother was going into earlier when he said, I saw watchmen upon their walls. That's what Habakkuk just said. He said he's going to stand upon his watch. That's what we're supposed to be doing, watching. Paying attention to what this devil is doing. Paying attention to what's coming down the pipe. So we can go out and we can warn the people. Because, hey, 144,000 still got to come in. 1/3 got to get this word. It's saying to the knowledge of wisdom is preached across the four corners of the earth, then the end shall come. So we still got a job to do. Hey, keep going on and have a cook. Unless it ties in with that. It's a quick one.
Yeah, it's a quick one.
Alright, bring it out.
Ezekiel 3 and verse 17 says, Son of man has set thee watchmen upon the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word of my mouth and give them a warning from me.
Yeah, man, and we giving that warning. Hey, we constantly going out giving that warning to our people. The scripture, and I think it is Proverbs 1 and 20, say, get into the markets. All right, we out here in the markets. Wisdom cries out. You know, this wisdom is crying without. These are these small sanctuaries all around the four corners of the earth. These altars until you have a Shema Shah. And you can come up and you get this information and you can know how to protect yourself. You can get that covering. Because first it starts with that name. All right, because Jay can tell you the name doesn't matter. But the name do matter. Because when you call upon that name, the Lord is fighting for you. He hears you. All right? Because back in the ancient world, when we cried unto the Lord, he was sent us a Savior. But the Lord took that name away. So now in the end times, all right, in the latter rain, we have those names. Mm-hmm. You keep going.
It's Habakkuk with the Habakkuk. Oh, you want to Mike Cutter? It's Habakkuk 2 and the Habakkuk 2 and 2. It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Hey, and we at the end time now. We at the latter rain now. So we starting to see these prophecies speak. All right, and they're not lying because we see the MOTV. We see the Third World War brewing. All right, we see the nuclear missiles being paraded around by these different countries. All right, we see the chariot side of it. You got it, huh?
Yeah, we see Jacob Trouble is being implemented, man.
Beautiful. Yeah, so hey, we seeing all these things, and we running to the highways, the byways, and the hedges to warn the people, to let them know what this damn devil is doing, what Esau's plan is. Because hey, he's a one-trick pony. He do the same thing every time. Pressure from above, pressure from below. All right, and he squeeze you in the middle, order out of chaos. We know all his different little tactics, man. Yeah, bring out that Jeremiah 30.
Jeremiah 36.
Start at 4.
Jeremiah 30 and 4. And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah.
Keep going.
For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace.
Yeah, man. So these devils, hey, they starting to see what's going on. They starting to see their kingdom slipping out of their hands. They starting to see how Hashem Shai really poked his chest out, man. So they starting to get that trembling feeling. They starting to get that fear. Go ahead.
God. Jeremiah 30:6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness.
Hey, so that's letting you know that it's going to be a terrible time. This is going to be a time like no other. When you see a grown man grabbing on his loins and their face turn to paleness, that's showing you that, hey, they really seeing something that's frightening. They really seeing something that got them scared out of their mind. Go ahead.
God. Jeremiah 30:7. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but it shall be saved out of it.
Yeah, but he shall be saved out of it. All right, the time of Jacob's trouble, a time worse than anything that you ever seen on this planet. See, Jacob get in the mindset of the worst they never seen was cattle slavery. Man, hey, the scripture says it's going to be worse than anything that you ever seen. Hey, try to get in your mind these different movies like The Road, Bushwick, Purge, and then that'll become close. You hadn't even scratched the surface. You know, you really still hadn't got in the mindset of Armageddon. You still hadn't got in the mindset. That's how bad this thing is going to be.
It's like how you brought up last time, how you said the Walking Dead mind the zombies.
So just imagine,
Right.
It's just like
4-foot spider.
you can't fathom the trouble that we're going through.
You know that.
Most of we heard of ghost stories and stuff like that. Well, he ain't bring apparitions. He's gonna bring your worst fears. And some black folk, we scared of snakes and spiders and shit like that. Leviathan. So just imagine, you see a damn 4-foot snake. I'm sorry, 4-foot spider. People give up a damn ghost.
God, just like that. Just like that. When he went down that truck. God, can you hear me?
Yeah,
bring it up. Go ahead.
God, just like when that Edomite was driving that truck, and that some beast got on the back of his bed in his truck. You remember that one? Y'all hear about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was on social media.
Yeah, it was on social media. Yeah. And he said it's some creature he's never seen before.
What is a newly created beast?
Newly created beast. Yeah. And the cops on the truck and they had all the scratches on it. He said, what else could do something like that? There's nothing else there to do something like that. This is some kind of
and that's actual. And that's actual something that's doing something physical. These niggas seen a cloud in the sky that look like a demon and lost their mind. You know, imagine when these things start getting physical with them.
Hey, remember, they only discovered 3% of the ocean. So who knows what the hell is in the ocean?
God.
Yeah, we know Leviathan in there.
God.
So
I got a quick one. This is Job 18 and 8. It says, for he is cast into a net by his own feet,
and he walketh upon a snare. The jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and the trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. Skipping down to 14, it says, his confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and he shall bring him to the king of terrors.
Ooh, bring him to the king of terrors, man. Because hey, Esau thinks he's so smart that he got everything figured out. You know, because the scriptures say he is wiser than Daniel. But hey, he's just fighting up against a power that gave him all his inspiration, that gave him all his knowledge, all right, all his wisdom. So the Heavenly Father got a special judgment for him, man, because none of his tactics is going to work. None of his devices is going to work. You know, those devices are going to be used against him in that time. You know, so hey, he's really going up against the king of terrors, man. Hey, think about it though. Hey, two-thirds of our people gonna have to deal with that same thing, man. You know, because if you're not under the covering of Yahweh Hashem Shai, you're gonna have to deal with those apparitions. You're gonna have to deal with Leviathan. All right, you're gonna have to deal with hunger. You know, these different things also for you too.
I got a precept.
Yup. I got a precept for you, just a quick one. Isaiah 47 and 12, it says, stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so, they shall be able to profit. If so, thou mayest prevail.
You see, if so, if thou mayest prevail. But you're not going to prevail. Because you're getting all your wisdom and your knowledge from the spiritual demon Satan. And guess who he worked for? He worked for Yahushua. Yahweh. So, hey, the Lord is going to cut that link off. And now you're going to be in darkness. You're going to be lost. You're going to be confused. These witches and warlocks not going to get answers anymore.
God.
Hey, what? Hey, remember, we always like to bring it out because this is like a little fun account when they was calling to Baal. When Elijah said, "Hey, call on your God, I'm gonna call on my God," and they start jumping on top of the altar, start cutting themselves. You know, that's how these people gonna be in this time, man. You know, these witches and warlocks gonna start cutting themselves. They're gonna be doing blood sacrifices on 2/3 of our people.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad, because when they start praying to their gods, and seeking after these familiar spirits and idols, and it doesn't work, they're gonna bug out.
Yeah,
you know, and they don't have the wisdom and knowledge. You know, they don't have the same wisdom and knowledge that we have. They don't have the same faith, right? So once that faith that they have in their idols gets rooted out, man, they gonna take to the streets, man. You know.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I got a precept.
Hey, when you think about it too, you know, Esau is not a patient man. You know, Esau don't know how to wait and try to see like, hey, my God gonna get back to me. No, man, he's just gonna go out and act off of his pure carnal instincts, man.
God.
But you gotta, Mike.
This is going to back what you were saying, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17. You know, going to those judgments that happened in ancient Egypt is going to be far more worse than this, current Egypt that we're in too. It says, for great are their judgments and cannot be expressed. Therefore, unnatural souls have erred. For when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, they began shut up in their houses, the prisoners of darkness, and feathered with the bonds of a long night laid. There were exiled from the eternal providence. For while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horrible, astonished, and troubled with strange apparitions. For neither might the corner that held them kept them from fear, but noises as of waters falling down sounded about them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenance. It says, no power of fire might give them light, neither could the bright flames of the stars endure the lightning that horrible night. It says, only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself very dreadful, for being much terrified, they sought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not. And that's
Hey, you gotta think about it. Hey, also too, man, you gotta think about it. You ever watch the movies like The Ring, The Conjuring? You know, you watch the movies, man, you damn got cover over your head, you peeking out one eye, man. That shit gonna be bad, man. You know, like seeing those spirits and those demons, man, that shit gonna be bad for 2/3 of our people, man. Cause hey, man, I still get scared watching Freddy Krueger, man.
Yeah.
So I want to be on the right side.
And they said, Freddy Krueger, he attacked your fears. And that's how Yahweh Shem Yahshua gonna do, man. He's gonna attack your fears, man.
Beautiful.
It's a little bit more. Verse 7 says, Salaki, it says, as for their illusions of art magic, they were put down, and their ranking in wisdom was reproved with disgrace. For they that promised to drive away terrors and trouble from a sick soul were sick themselves of fear, worthy to be laughed at. Yeah, so Oh, Salaki, you got it.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so like you were saying, man, them terrible fears, man. All that, that dark magic and Jake, be practicing, these different idols, man. All that stuff gonna come to naught in those days, man. The Lord gonna stick upon you your deep fears, man. And that was speaking on the time of Egypt. So how much more in Babylon the Great,
Yep. Hey, that's why it's good to be on this side, man. That's why it's good to please Yahweh Shem Yahshua, because you don't have to deal with these different things that we're talking about. I got one real quick for y'all, brothers. Numbers 23 and 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what have the Heavenly Father wrought? And the reason I brought that out is because if you got the covenant of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, hey, there's nothing that these devils could do to hurt you. And Yahweh Shem Yahshua is on your side. So there's nothing that you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about these different things that's going to be coming down the pipe, because you're making your calling relationship now. You're doing the things that are pleasing unto the Lord. Because why would the Lord go in and bring apparitions against you when you going out to the highways, the byways, and the hedges, all right, and you keeping the high holy days, you looking for the Sabbath, you being brotherly? Why would the Lord do that to you? No, these things are for Esau, Edom, and 2/3 of our people in these heathen nations. But you got
at the same time. And at that time, thy people shall be.
Let's see.
Hey, shout out, bring out that Daniel 12:1.
Yeah, that was
This is Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince,
And
who
at that
standeth
time, thy people
for
shall
children of thy people.
everyone that
And there shall be a
found
time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. And at that time,
Hey, you see that? It's constant. Hey, but you see, it's constantly going into. It's going to be a time like never before. The Heavenly Father is not a man that he should lie. If he said it's a time like never before, you might want to underline that dot the I and cross the T, man.
Mhm.
Keep on going.
And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Daniel 2.
Yeah, man. Everyone that should be written and written in the book. So that's what you're fighting for. You're fighting to be written in that book, so you don't have to deal with these things coming down the pipe because it's going to be so bad. The archangel Michael's going to have to stand up for the children of Israel because Esau is going to come down having that great wrath because he knows that he only got but a short time. So he's about to open up the army. All right, he's going to bring his blue beam. He might even bring out his own apparitions with his blue beam. You know, you never know what this devil's going to pull out the closet, man.
Yeah, I mean, he already started showing it just a little bit because, like I said before, camp. Look what happened in Chicago. All them little ideas and stuff. They're talking about, man, come on down, and then do it. What they at now? You see them boys marching down the street. They even had some boys jumping out of little black heroes or Apache helicopters. I'm sorry, the Chinook helicopters. They're jumping in and landing and coming to the house, kicking their nose.
You think she's
Snatching the black folks down.
She can catch you as soon as you done go into your bed. That's Esau. He said,
hey, and Yashawamba, he went into it, man. He was like, man, think about it. I think it was Yashawamba, Ariala. He went into it. Think about when Esau come, man. Esau come like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, when these little young niggas about to fall asleep, you know, the weed done ran out, the drink, the lean about gone. You know.
It's just like how your mom says she has to spank your ass. You think she the whole day she ain't getting that too. You know, she can catch you like as soon as you done go to your bed and get comfortable. That's what she come in. That's Esau. He said, yeah, you wait to go up and get comfortable in your bed. And that's what you're doing.
Hey, but to add to your point, that's going to how you know, you gonna come as a thief in the night. You know, your comfort zone, you in your pajamas, you know, you got your gloves on, start come busting in your door 2 in the morning, man.
The last people are out.
Yeah, like y'all said, they do the same thing. That's all.
That's one trick point.
Cause y'all, what y'all said, you know, I'm teaching in the synagogue during the day. Y'all basically told y'all could have came and got me in, but y'all waited till the middle of the night. You know, the wrong, so to speak. So Esau, you know, like y'all said, he do the same thing, man.
It's a one tactic.
Yeah, the same nigga does a storm. They wait until
they found out what's the least active time. Black people out.
Ain't over again.
Hey, Esau, you do that with
we might have to have.
Hey, Esau, you do that with his military. Most time when Esau go in, he go in through what they call it, the cover of the night.
That's how they did Osama and what they do?
They did the same in the Desert Storm. They waited till nightfall. So yeah, the other guy said they had one trick pony, the same old Google trick over and over again. Where you get your daytime to 2 million people out? You might have opposition if you go during the daytime. We wait till everybody sleeping.
Right. Yeah. Because you know, really and truly, when it comes to like warfare, you know, warfare is really supposed to be ethical. You know, it's supposed to be more. It's supposed to be rules and regulations, and you know, it's supposed to be some dignity to it. But we're talking about the devil. You know, and when it comes to the devil, he don't have no morality. He don't have ethics. You know, he presents himself as someone who has it. You know, as someone who practices morals, ethics. But when it comes down to it,
they even come with, like how you said, they use that.
This devil is going to do anything he can to win.
You know, they know what black folk
he's going to do that.
Hey, this is the best time. There's a thunderstorm.
He's going to come. He's going to come. It was during Sabbath.
They laxative because, you know, they got that old tradition.
You know, because they knew, hey, that was our day of rest. They would come during the Sabbath.
Hey, they talk about that with the Maccabees.
Sometimes, not even during night time. You come, like I said, they come when there's a storm. You know, they never do black folk ain't move around with thunder and lightning. So this is the best time. There's a thunderstorm rolling. They in their house. They had it hunkered down, but they laxative because, you know, they got that old tradition to move around with lightning.
God. I got one. Habakkuk 1:5. Behold ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days which ye will not believe, though it be told you. For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. They are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. Their horses are also swifter than the leopards, and are more fierce than the evening wolves. And their horsemen shall spread themselves, and their horsemen shall come from far. They shall fly as the eagle that hastens to eat. They shall come all for violence. Their faces shall suck up as the east wind, and they shall gather the captivity as the sand. And they shall scoff at the kings, and the princes shall be a scorner to them. They shall deride every stronghold, for they shall heap dust and take it. You know, going into Yahweh Shema Shah, sending another nation against our people for judgment, man. You know, because we're in a time of judgment right now, man. The Lord is pissed off at 2/3 of our people. You know, he got his prophets out here, you know, telling our people to repent and turn back, and a lot of our people are rebelling, man. So the Lord just got to send forth judgment, man. He's finna send a sword, man. That sword is being sharpened, you know.
Hey, and 2/3 of our people, they can't say they haven't been warned. You know, because whether they walk by, they scoff, they mock, they still heard the message. Because all of them see that sign that we have on the ground and say America will be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. So they see that sign. They see what's coming down the pipe. We constantly talking about Russia. We constantly talking about Iran. We constantly talking about how much America sins have reached unto heaven, you know, and they see it, man. They see how nasty America is. They see how this place is not the beacon of shining light anymore. So this place is over, man. You know, so we're not telling them something that's far fetched. They actually know that these things are going to happen because for all the iniquity, the sin, the idol worship, the idolatry, all of these things are going to be used as a means for Yahweh Shema Shah to be justified and bring them down.
Some boys in the future, we already day 5. The government shut down. They got the EBG. They got the government assistance. Now they inside the DSS office freezing hell.
Yeah. I said, hey, you know the black woman, man. You know the black woman. She probably has called her 1,000 times. You know.
We were on the day 5. I said, y'all act like this is 5 days. Wait till dump truck get back work on 30 days.
Yeah.
They really ain't see nothing.
Yeah. It probably will.
Yep. Hey, the EBT cut off. You know, the black woman can't get her welfare check. You know, hey, everything is going beautifully right now.
Yeah. I don't think they can get their taxes, you know, at the end of the year, could it?
At the federal level.
No.
If the government shut down.
Hey, but you know, since you brought that out, though, Shalimar, you know, they say the people that's been working for the government, they've been trying to sign up for food stamps and trying to go and get money and stuff like that because they're not getting paid right now. So they starting feeling that crunch.
Yep. And then he's talking about doing mass layoff at the federal level. So he's actually planning to use this to shut down the layoff more people.
Yeah. I believe we're gonna go into next because man, everybody get cold too.
The setup for World War III.
Yeah. Gonna be bad out here, man.
And now you got, and just like how you got all these women out making videos, you guys see no video. I bring this to the I do this for man. I'm looking like when shit really hit the fan, that tune's gonna change.
You understand that?
Because all bets off once that dollar crash.
That's pretty much.
You know, once that dollar crash, you know, now everybody needs a man.
Why is that? Because remember now, it said
because hey, you remember
Afghanistan back.
The setup for World War III is just around the corner. Right. Look what Israel doing right now. Israel making threats to China.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that, I don't know if you guys heard, all of Afghanistan went into a blackout.
Yeah,
If you understand
I'll
that.
make it real quick.
Everything that means is power. The internet
Netanyahu
is pretty much is a black out
China
of
and
Afghanistan.
Beijing is supposedly hiding
And why is that?
Hamas.
Because remember Donald Trump said now, he said
So that's why
he
they
want
want
to take Afghanistan back because the air base is right there close to China.
Oh, go ahead.
Wow.
Because supposedly,
You got one, Hassan?
No, go ahead. Finish your
I think Hassan holding one. I think Hassan holding one right now. And you bring yours out after him, Mike.
I make it real quick. And the reason why is because Netanyahu saying that China or Beijing is supposedly hiding Hamas in Beijing.
Wow.
So that's why they want to strike at China now. I'm looking at you really messing with the right one now. Go ahead.
It's on yours, sir.
This is Jeremiah chapter 2, and I'm gonna start at verse 13. It says, "For my people have committed 2 evils; they have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewn them out cisterns, broken cisterns that cannot hold water. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? The young lions roared upon him and yelled, and they made his land waste. His cities are burned without inhabitants. Also the children of Nephod and Tahaphans have broken the crown of thy head. Hast thou not procured this unto thyself? In that thou hast forsaken the Lord thy power when he led thee by the way." So our people, they basically have sought these other gods, they sought these other powers. You were going into the government. The government is one of the biggest idols that our people have, man. And the government is controlled by the wicked. So they have hewn for themselves out cisterns and broken cisterns. Meaning they can't even get any water, no wisdom or knowledge. They're trying to, now that the time of that, they're trying to figure out something. But it's too late. Your cisterns are already broken.
Mm-hmm.
It's like trying to get water from a dry well with a broken bucket.
Right.
Hey, what Yahushua said, man. Yahushua said, "You drink this well, you shall never thirst." So this is that forever flowing water right here, man. But people always want to go in another way. They want to always take the easy route, that instant route. Instead of going through that straight gate. Of course you don't have to study. You don't have to go out, you don't have to speak, you don't have to break down words, you don't have to go into the Hebrew. But hey, this is that well that never runs dry. But our people, they constantly want to go to Buddha. They constantly want to go to Islam. They constantly go into the Roman Catholic Church for wells that have no water. Because these different places not telling you what's coming down the pipe. They're not telling you what the next move of the so-called white man is. The prophets on the highways, the byways, and the hedges, we telling you what's coming down the pipe. We said the next big prophecy is the MOTB. That's what we waiting on. We waiting to see this MOTB on a wide scale.
I got one real quick just to back up a shower real quick. Proverbs 25:19 says, "Confidence in an unfaithful man in a time of trouble is like a broken tooth without joint." You got yeah. People that have confidence in an unfaithful man, and that's Esau, Edom. Because, throughout history, what Esau, Edom has showed to our people, man, nothing but broken treaties, broken promises. And Jake still believes in the government, man. Esau does nothing but, go against the grain of, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But you still put your trust into them,
Mm-hmm.
Like that was saying, he fails you every time, but yet you still keep going back to it.
Yep.
That's why the Lord called us a spoiled seed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when the seed is spoiled, that means nothing good can come out of it. Nothing fruitful. You know. So look, and you can see that. Look out into the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American community. Look at the generation that's coming up. We always going through a lot. They lost.
Shame and
You
everlasting
know,
contempt.
this is that generation that's lost, bro.
And they that be wise shall
Yeah.
shine
There's
in
people
the
coming after.
firmament, and they that turn
They're-
many of righteousness as the
You know,
stars
nothing good is coming after us.
forever
You know
and
what I mean?
Yeah.
Want me to keep going with Daniel?
You got it.
Okay. This is Daniel 2.
Oh, that's all right.
And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Number 3. And they that be wise shall shine in brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many of righteousness as the stars forever and ever. Keep going.
You got it. Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
Hey, I got a precept. Psalm 119:9. Wherefore shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. Oh, and that's what we out here bringing that word. You know, through the week I went into the 10 virgins. You know, 5 that was wise and 5 that was foolish. All right, and 2/3 of our people are foolish because they not coming back to the knowledge, wisdom, understanding. They don't know what's coming down the pipe, so they are foolish because they not immersed in these scriptures. But the 5 that are wise took that oil, that wisdom, and started applying it and started waiting on the bridegroom to come, because we are married to Yahushua. We are married to the Lord. So we waiting on that bridegroom to come. So we got this oil and been studying, been taking notes, and going out to the highways, the byways, and the hedges, trimming our lamps, getting ready for the coming of the Lord. All right. But hey, 2/3 of our people, Esau Edom is about to round them up in these concentration camps. All right, they're gonna die by famine. They're gonna die in this draft that's coming, because we can't forget about the draft. You know, because that draft is coming, and a lot of these women that say, well, a man got to have $100,000 a year or $200,000 a year, they're gonna take anything they can get in that time, because a lot of these niggas gonna die over here in this third world war. You know, so these things are coming down the pipe.
I gotta bring
So you got to grab hold of this word, man. That's where you're going to be stable. Right? Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge is stability at that time. You're trying to be stable in these times to come.
None understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. And like how Brother Yannick said, we out here on the street prophesying, you know, we're giving them at least 2 hours.
What is one up?
On a Sunday. Warning you
I
to
got one.
what's going
You got
on. They walk by.
I gotta bring up my brother Yah's favorite one. Jeremiah 4:22.
Trying to say, well, you
For my people are foolish. They have not known me.
But now we're all
God's children, and they have none understanding.
pay attention.
They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. And like how Brother Yannick said, we out here in the street prophesying, you know, giving up at least a minimum 2 hours on a Sunday. Warning you, telling you for 40 plus years what's going on. They walk by us, they try to cut corners, they talk back, being stubborn, try to say, well, you guys need to be in the right way.
Now when them soldiers
Now all the signs are in front of you. You still don't pay attention.
Yeah.
Hey, think about it. Where's that black Islam woman at? You know, when she has so much to say, constantly getting in brothers' faces and talk about Islam. What Islam talking about with thermonuclear weapons being paraded around? All right, where's Allah at now?
Then blow the cat.
We're all at now. Yeah. But matter of fact, now all of them with Jesus Christ at the end of
Oh man, especially the Northern Kingdom. You know, the Northern Kingdom, they probably got a shrine. They probably started lighting candles. You know, and Esau still came to snatch their ass out of that house, man.
Hey, then blow the candle out on the way out the door.
Nah, you kick that bad boy over.
Yeah, he kick it over. Probably burn the whole place down.
Because they already know. That's why they sit there and laugh. I'm looking like, y'all just it's the sign right there.
They ready to go there and watch the P. Diddy trial
for
4 to 5 hours instead of sit there and asking us a couple of questions.
But the Israelites keep walking. It's crazy, man. You know, it pisses me off, man. But like I say, hey, man, all they doing is marking themselves, man.
Yeah, like you always say, they feeling their lot, man. That's their lot,
That's their lot, man. That's what it was thousands of years ago.
They rather sit there and watch the P. Diddy trial for 4 to 5 hours.
Hey, that's beautiful say that because that's all you hear Jake talking about. Oh man, you know, he got 4 years, man. He might get time served and all kind of foolishness and stuff. But the whole time you ain't got no food in your refrigerator. You know, Esau about to cut off your EBT.
Food prices steady going up.
But hey, P. Diddy probably got $5,000 on his books. He's probably waiting on commissary right now. You know today Sunday, goddamn.
You go to put him by himself, so he pretty much living like he's all what the heck. I got a luxury life. You know, I just live up these last couple of days myself.
Yeah.
Nothing more than another distraction.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, that distraction, man. You know, we constantly be talking about it, but Esau, hey, that's another one of his tactics, man. You know, like we say, that one trick pony, man.
Yep, a bunch of psychological operations.
Right.
Playing the minds of the people, man. Because everybody forgot about how, you know, Trump promised to bring out these Epstein files. You know, when he was running the campaign, he said, I'm going to bring the Epstein files out. And he did. Now it's coming out that they, you know, he was in them.
God.
Yeah.
God.
You know,
not only that, what he said he was going to open up the UFO file. You know, but what we see a black and white damn picture of a damn black dot just floating on the damn thing. All the technology that this nigga got, you know, all this is a fucking black and white picture, man.
Yeah. The people starting to realize, you know, the lying wonders of Esau and they wearing off, man. You know, all the science that he used, all the statistics, and you know, people starting to dig into these things. Hey, now that you got AI technology out here, ChatGPT can analyze data way quicker than you used to be able to. People are looking things up there. They're researching things, and they find out that he's a liar, bro. He's just blatantly lying. You know, and now, like I said,
They cause that. They show the video. This is
that they're being
just right here saying that you have slammed bricks. Remember look what happened when you went to the man football with near the
black kid. They want to charge him for Kyron or something. You can see the video that they showed. They brought up saying that he didn't cause the accident.
My lace.
Oh, later.
They showed the video.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
They said it didn't even come out in the line.
Yeah.
Just right here saying that you slam on brakes. Remember now, right? Slam on brakes real hard to avoid it. And when they showed the video, my man wasn't even nowhere near the accident.
Right. And that's what it's like to be a so-called black man here in America. You know, that ain't the first time that happened.
Yeah.
You know, this is going on for inception.
And
You know, as a so-called black man in America, you're guilty until proven innocent.
just like pretty much the Titanic.
And they, you know, and the same thing is going to happen to us, brothers. You know, we gonna be slandered the same way he was. You know, and without a cause. Hey, that's just another reason why this place gotta go. You know, this place gotta be destroyed, man.
Oh yeah.
And then you saw, like I said, they see they place going down the journey, and they trying to fight. Just like the Titanic, they trying every damn wood and nail keep that bad boy afloat. No, it's sinking. They fight tooth and nail to keep their kingdom up. And it ain't happening.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. This is Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 4. It says, I'm sorry, 3. It says, for your hands are defiled with blood, and your fingers with iniquity. Your lips have spoken lies, your tongues have muttered perverseness. None calleth for justice, nor any pleadeth for truth. They trust in vanity and speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity. And this is, speaking to our people now. They are totally immersed in, the Babylonian system. You know, and since they are immersed and have bought into the devil's system, right? They don't have an idea of what good and evil is, or what righteousness and what wickedness is, man. You know, they have blurred all lines. So the Lord gave them over to that, man. The Lord's like, okay, so you don't want to get right. I'm just give you over to the wrong. You know, so our people are totally lost in the in-between. You know.
Hey, and think about it. Also, too, going into that. Also, hey, think about how many times our people have been in the military and they went over in these different countries and killed these different citizens of these countries just because of what Esau told them. You know, that's a lot of blood on their hands too, because hey, Esau sent a lot of these so-called blacks, so-called Native Americans, so-called Latinos into these different countries and was killing women and children. You know, that's a lot of blood on their hands also, man. You know?
Right. And it's like, we were talking about the Kyron Lacy. It's like you still trust in the system, the military, the NFL, the NBA. This is his way of keeping you in line, you know? It's his way of keeping you, not saying that, hey, if you got the opportunity, you shouldn't take it, but just know that you're going to be a slave. You know, you're in deeper bondage than someone with a 9 to 5. Even when we go to these jobs, we go to a 9 to 5, it's slavery. You know, but once you sign that military contract, you sign an NFL contract, you sign you're a total puppet.
You just a rich slave.
Yeah.
You more put on.
Hey, I seen on
you take that bag.
Hey, I seen on a movie, that Jake was saying, he was like, man, you know what? I got all of this money, but how much of it I'm gonna get to spend? You know, because all you have is numbers on the screen, like these NFL players, these basketball players, they just have numbers on the screen, but then how much of that money they gonna get to spend? At least with our check, our 9 to 5 check, we gonna spend that whole. You know, we don't get to spend, enjoy that. these people that's playing football and basketball, they just a rich slave, man. That's never going to get to touch that money. You know, they never going to get to spend all that money they have in the bank.
Damn mansion.
God.
Well, they worry about keeping it.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to find a way to hold on to it.
Yep.
God.
You get rich in America, your number one, worry or stress is about keeping the money at that point. You know what I'm saying? It becomes a burden.
Well, if they ain't keeping it, they already own it because what's the first thing they're gonna do? They're gonna end up going to get something that they don't need. Big ass damn
Hey, they
mansion.
said that. They said that in that billionaire's bunkers, man. You know, the man was like, Hassan was going into his biggest fear was keeping the money. He said that's what millionaires and billionaires' hardest job is, holding on to the money.
You know every
Exactly.
and you know it's bad when they tax you for your own money that you save.
And Esau whole system is set up to take money from you. You know, in America, man, everything is pricey, everything costs, you got to pay for everything here. So it's hard to hold on to that money. And then if you do hold on to the money, well, Esau come and say, oh, well, you can pay your taxes for this amount of years and take everything from you like they did Floyd Mayweather.
Yep. Bro, it's so many traps and snares, bro.
Yeah.
You know it's bad when they tax you for your own money that you got in the savings account.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Or you worried about making investments
Bug the hell out.
and investments backfiring. This is the stress. This is why King Solomon, he said, what, all this vanity and vexation of spirit. You know, because King Solomon had it all. You know, he had it all right. So how much more having it, you had it all in wickedness? It's like, damn, like, you gonna be stressed out, man. That's why a lot of these people are on drugs, they drugged out, they on painkillers and meds, and they're addicted to everything, bro.
God.
Yeah, man. Hey, you ever watch, y'all brothers ever seen the basketball player Glenn Big Baby Davis? I know y'all brothers probably watching them playing back in the day. You know, they was rich, they had a lot of money, but he got caught into a health insurance fraud against the NBA, and he got locked up along with about 5 or 6 more NBA players. So everything they had got taken away from them. You see it?
God. Yep, I've seen it all.
I don't know if you ever seen that movie Him, but that's what the movie goes into, man. It's about how you sacrifice, you sacrificing so much to get to this level of greatness that once you get there, you figure out it's not worth it. You figure out like, oh man, I did all this, and you don't get to enjoy it. Because you're trying to keep that legacy going.
I got to
But in the kingdom, bro, we're not gonna have to. Say that again.
Oh no, I got to appreciate you. You got to finish the point.
Hey, in the kingdom, it's forever. We're working. Like the Ox said, you're gonna read about your legacy in the kingdom for years and years to come, man. But these people they're gonna be forgotten, bro. We can't name any gladiators from the Roman Empire. We don't know none of them.
No.
We can't name none of the entertainers from the Roman Empire. We don't know. So we're working to be. That's why the scripture says you delight in scepters and crowns. We working to be kings, man. Because the kings are the ones that are written about.
Yep.
You got it right.
This is back to what y'all was saying, add to that point. This is Sirach 31:1. It says, watching for riches consumeth the flesh, and the care thereof driveth away sleep. I'm jumping down to verse 5. Says, he that loveth gold shall not be justified, and he that followeth corruption shall have enough thereof. Gold hath been the ruin of many, and their destruction was present. It is a stumbling block unto them that sacrifice unto it, and every food shall be taken therewith.
Like how
So
the shout
yeah, that's going to the riches of this world, man. You should watch for the riches of this world, and it's a stumbling block for
goes all the way back
like
to
how the
MC
author
Hammer.
said, like a lot of
Minute
these
he was at the
celebrities,
top.
athletes,
Now look at him.
they
Who
watch
the hell
for the
gonna
riches of
spend
this world. They sacrifice, they do all these things,
sink in their
and get nothing out of it at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day,
then turn around a year later and lose that damn house. You're gonna lose that damn house a year later because you didn't pay taxes.
Because I mean, like how the shot just said. Look at some of these
you guys think it's funny, but yeah. With MCM back in the day. And we just saying that what happened. He went on the last song from the Richard famous.
Yeah.
Like, hey, those motherfuckers is out. I'm talking about
and when that scripture in Chicago, who said depart from his money?
MCM was the ish back in the day, coming up back in the day.
And what happened? He went on the whole ass Africa.
And it's like, I just motherfuckers is house.
They trying to run that damn boy.
With the goat, I'm talking about every all that. I'm looking at what got this today.
Hey, you know another one that was the same way? When you go into Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes is the same way. He was on top of his game. You know, he had all the riches, the money, you know, all the top movies. And what happened? He didn't pay his taxes and lost everything.
Try to haul West Africa.
Yeah.
Try to run Africa like that well.
I got a precept for you. Go ahead. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, and verse 15. It says, to think there upon her is perfection of wisdom. Whoso watcheth for her shall be quickly without care. For she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her. Showeth herself favorable unto them in the ways, and meeteth them in every thought. For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love, and love is the keeping of her laws, and the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption, and incorruption maketh near unto Yahweh. Therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. So the actual what you need to actually be happy, right? To keep these riches, to keep these things, right? You need wisdom, right? And you have to be rooted in Yahweh Shem Shah, or else it's temporal. It's going to be taken away. Verse 21, it says, if your delight be in thrones and scepters, O kings of the people, honor wisdom that ye may reign forevermore. So, if you want to reign forevermore, you want to be eternal, an eternal king, you gotta have wisdom. And that's only given by Yahweh Shem Shah. It only comes from the Heavenly Father.
Hey, and that's how you know. That's how you know the hopeful elect, they have that wisdom. Because we measure the time diligently, and we know that this is not the time to try to hoard up riches. This is not the time to try to be a king. This is the time to be a servant. Because our kingdom is coming, our money is coming. Our riches are coming, but not right now. And that's that wisdom will give you. That wisdom will let you understand that, we in the time of war right now.
All that money in the world.
Too. And that's to your point. That's why a lot of those entertainers and these celebrities, they always be like, I'm not fulfilled, or I still feel empty, even after all that money, because the money is not the solution. The solution is always spiritual.
We all been there.
You can get billions and millions of dollars, but guess what? You still don't feel something because you don't have the wisdom and knowledge of how
Seattle, Washington. I'm looking like, all the hype.
Hey, you right about that, because you can go on a trip. You go on a trip like Jamaica or somewhere. Soon as you get to Jamaica after 2 days, you like, damn, that's it. You know, because you're not fulfilled by that. Because, you know, we waiting on something way more better, man. You know?
We laugh, but we all did that. I was saying, I was saying, the military. Never left South Carolina. And this station in Seattle, Washington. I'm looking at, man, all the hype they put in this place, this is it. They made it sound like, oh, you get lost things. Man, I love to do my dreams. So, it's like, y'all talking about, don't put your hopes and dreams in cargo stuff that confuse you.
Yeah. Hey, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You got here, but you get to Thailand, it's gonna be the same thing. You get to Thailand.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to bring that out of my mouth, and you took it right out there. Hey man, that's the spirit. That's the spirit, huh? You took it right out, the word right out of my mouth, huh? I was just about to bring it out. About to bring it out, huh? Bring it out. It's bigger than Thailand, huh? It's bigger than Thailand. That's a small devil.
Hey, you gotta think about it though. What's promised to us is like, you know, the Lord said He'd give you 5 times. You might have a city
right here, right now.
You might have a city just full of
highways and byways.
You know, just full of women. You know what I mean? Like, bro, we promised way more. You can't even find them, bro.
Well, the scriptures say, eyes haven't seen it, ears haven't heard what the Heavenly Father has in store for those that love Him.
Just to get in touch with the iceberg, Sean just said a few seconds ago.
I can't John the car. Look at his beautiful wife. No.
Just what we're doing right now.
I can't come in the
highways and byways. Just for you to follow the simple stuff. He said, my laws ain't egregious.
Again, like how my people are solid.
Simple stuff, they don't eat that abomination. Love that neighbor. Real simple stuff, but no, you can't do that. Oh, I can't have that pork chop. No. I can't walk past John the car, look at his beautiful wife. No. I can't cover the other guy. No. Oh, so you can follow this simple rule.
Yep.
Beautiful.
But again, like y'all just said, my people are solid.
God.
Yeah, too, because like the Jakes in the world, they can't see what you know, the whole see, like that vision, you know. That's why like it's this quote that this Jake I used to know back in the world some years ago. He always used to say, man, why we live to die and we gotta die to live? Like, cause Jake ain't got no, you know, what the scripture said. Here's the conclusion or the whole matter. It's to fear the Most High, keep His commandments, just like Shalimar just brought out. You know what I'm saying? That's the conclusion of the whole matter. If you understand that matter, then you know the Lord reveal everything, you know, unto you. But Jake ain't got that type of vision to where they just think they just work to die, they just die to live, you know. Like, they get rich or die trying.
Hey, and that's what the truth gives you. The truth gives you that understanding that, hey, some of us that standing here should not taste of death, man. Because I was looking at Kodak Black. He was doing this little skit with one of these influencers, and he was like, man, when I die, I'm gonna be buried over here because we all gonna die. We all gonna die. But if he was in the scriptures, he would really understand that, hey, it's some of us not gonna die till we see Yahushua coming back in His great glory. You know, because a lot of these people in the Baptist church like, hey, everybody's gonna die. No, man, that's not true. You lying to the people.
Yeah. Hey, I always rebuke that, man. Whenever someone says that, bro, I'm like, nah.
You won't be the one.
You know, I don't play on that. You know, we'll play on that, bro. All plan, you know, which, you know, Lord willing, and we hope that we don't die, man. You know, we hope that we're a part of that number that don't taste that death, man.
Get Isaiah 51. It The captive exile hasten they might not die in the pit.
Yep. And it's that pit, man.
Yeah, because you won't be the ones, you will be the ones that will be there the day he cracked that clouds, outside cracked that sky, and he showed himself in full glory, and you can look at him and say, see, I told you so.
Yeah, man. Imagine that chariot coming in looking like on Independence Day, man. You know that chariot started to come through, the shadow of the chariot just over sweeping the United States. You know, and everybody looking up scared and fear. And we know who it is. You know, and we on our knees crying to Yahweh Hashem outside, you know, giving our praises. You know, hey, we're gonna be rejoicing, man. Why these people gonna be losing their mind because they think they UAPs, they UFOs, you know, little green men, grays. You know, we're gonna be out here laughing. Really, hey, we're gonna be laughing at them.
Yep. We hear that trumpet. And that big, powerful, deep voice that come up here in Hebrew. That's it. Everybody, not just the United States, everybody throughout the world is going to hear him when we say that.
I got one for you. 1 Corinthians 15:51 says, Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall be changed in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. For when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. But thanks be to the Most High, which give us the victory through our Lord Yahweh Mashiach. Therefore, my brethren, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as you know that your labor is not in vain. Just the back of Solomon.
Knows how our body's going to truly look like.
Yeah, so yeah, man, it say we shall not all sleep. Like Brother Hashaf said, man, but we're going to be changing speaking of Lord willing, we'll be caught up in those chariots when, boxing outside the gates of this place, man. You know?
5'8", 8'5".
How our body's going to look like. I don't even speculate.
Yeah.
Some brothers they can dream and speculate how only the Most High knows how it's going to
you know, see how all those together.
I mean, sometimes I even dream
on the other side. Now, if you tell
7.5 foot, 8 foot tall, ain't over the age of 25, muscle down, afro.
Yeah, they know here in America, 5'8".
The earth flat.
Hey, 5'4", taking steroids, trying to dunk a fucking basketball.
That's why I like
Now, see how all of us we have dreams of what's on the other side.
Once we
Now,
get
I'm telling
there,
you, that's
we
the
go on
Thursday,
the
bug out. Crazy. But yeah, these the same people that
There's
really
something
know
of time in 1 second, 1 minute,
reptilians,
hours and days.
you know, the earth flat.
All
So you believe that, but you don't believe what we're saying.
partying like ain't no, you know, like shit. Man, be like, damn, man, when last time you been on that?
That's why I like how
Going by your house,
that's
places,
make
get the chariot,
make our insurance even more better.
Get some Filipinos, some Thailand.
We see what we going. We see that. There ain't no such thing as time. No 1 second, 1 minute, and we're gonna be hours and days. If that, all 7 of us together, partying like ain't no, you're gonna like shit. Man, we got damn, right now. When last time you been on? But we going by y'all golf places. Let's go ahead on the chariot. We got some Philippines, Thailand.
Yeah, like how you said that, you taste that 2,000 years.
Yeah, man, because hey, on this side, man, you go to the liquor store, you try to get some yaya and get some wine. You ain't never drink. We don't know about wine, so we drinking the wine. Damn, it's bitter. But we gonna have that wine that your house I turned from water to wine, man. We gonna have that good yaya, man. That wine that when you taste, you like, yeah, this him right here. This him. That's what we waiting on, man. We waiting on that real wine.
Yeah, like how you said that, you taste that 2,000-year old.
I got a quick precept.
Go ahead, Sean.
That's beautiful. I got a quick one. This is Hebrews chapter 6 and verse 9. It says, but beloved, we are persuaded better things of you, and things that accompany salvation, though we thus speak. And so, like when we're talking to our people, basically trying to persuade them to fear the Lord, it's also letting them know that, hey, we got way better promises for you, man. Better than that 9-5 you trying to hold on to, man. All right, better than that 2 acres of land and property you got, man. Better than that Mercedes Benz, better than that 401k. Hey, we're persuaded of things that accompany salvation. When you are living in your everyday life out here, bro, it's times when you like, man, we need salvation, bro. We need better food. We need better access to the things God gave us naturally. Water, wood, the land. It was supposed to be off.
And you're killing yourself. Been on the job for 10.
So we're persuaded of better. We're persuaded of the kingdom. Rulership, righteousness, being forward in the earth, bro. We need that. We need righteousness toward the earth, bro. We need the law, statutes, and commandments to be
get on the other side. You have to do all that.
You just brought up abuse.
Like how
I just said, you need righteousness. And you've been killing yourself. Been on the job for 10, 11 years. Trying to hold on to that 2 acres of land in the house.
That's what I want to do. It's like
hold on to the check that just got me. And then now you got to go back out again. Bust your ass for 12, 14 hours a day.
Fed some grapes.
And then for what? But when we tell you what you get on the other side, you have to do all that.
Go to Brother Chicago's place over there.
Like I always love
man, look at beautiful mountain I got.
I never stepped in the hammock before.
Watching them grizzly animals, little plants moving around his
but on the other side, that's what I want to do. Like lay down in the hammock
on the beach,
feel the sway of the hammock going back and forth. True rest.
Real fish. God. Real food.
Get his face and grapes.
Keep it going, Keep going. Keep going.
Go to Brother Chicago's place over there, man. He said, man, look at this beautiful mountain. I got mountain range. I got in the back. Watching the grizzly bears. I'm talking about real animals, real plants, moving around this area. Malaga, he over there on the beach front property. Real fish, real food.
Yeah, man. Hey, think about it. See, 2/3 of our people, they can't wrap their mind around that. Think about you trying to tell, like, how we are on the highways and byways and the hedges, and we trying to tell our people about spiritual powers. We trying to tell them about the chariots that's going to come bring our salvation. They can't wrap their minds around it because they are spiritually discerned. They don't have that what is called that eyesight, to be able to see these things. But Yahweh Shema Shah gave these things to us, man. It's I think it says surely he would do what how it goes, surely he would do anything, he would show his secrets unto his prophets and servants. Roughly paraphrasing.
I got one. This is Romans 8 and 18 says, for I reckon the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with glory, which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creation, of the creature, waited for the manifestations of the sons of the power. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willing, but by reason of him who have subject the same in hope. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from bondage of corruption into a glorious liberty of the children of the Most High. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. And that's going to what the brother's speaking into, man. The whole creation groaneth for what the brother Shalimar just described, man. Just the small things, man. You know, real food, you know, real.
Yeah, just like how
even in breathing in real air, you know, raising a family properly, things of that nature. You know, just everything that we saw
in California when he made that little AI video with the, he holding his child, all the minute he watches those
spend time with
son take flight up in the air like an eagle. That'd be something wonderful to watch. Just watch him just
financially stable, top of
without worrying about him.
Top of state.
That's why the scripture say. That's why the scripture say, "World without no end."
Just like the brother in California, we made that little AI video with the, let's be in the kicking and stuff. He holding his child, and all the minute he watches his little son take flight up in the air like an eagle. That'd be so wonderful to watch a kid just do their thing and not worry about it.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all brothers got one end off on that, and I ain't gonna lie, we're about to split it down.
I had another one real quick though, just a quick one. This is not an end of one though. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and 24 says, "But the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world, and a wise king is the upholding of the people." And the multitude of the wise, which is going to be Yahushua, King David, the 144,000, they're going to be the welfare of the world, to put the world back into its proper order, where everything, man, the animals, the nature, you know, the ecosystem, everything, man.
I got Isaiah 2:2. It says, "And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the tops of the mountains." The mountains representing the governments, the peoples, right? "And shall be exalted above the hills being the smaller governments, the smaller nations of people." It says, "And all nations shall flow into it, and many people shall say, Come ye, let us go to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks," meaning that these weapons of war are going to cease to exist. It says, "Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore." It says, "O house of Jacob, come ye, let us walk in the light of Yahweh." So, going into the kingdom, man, going into what we were just speaking about, man, just peace. All right, in order for peace to be established in the earth, right, in order for creation to be at peace, and the animals and the water, and the air, for everything to be at peace, the nation of Israel, starting with Yahushua, King David and 144,000 on down, the 12 disciples, they have to be set in their rightful place in order for that to be forwarded in the earth, man. And that's what we're, ushering in and also proclaiming amongst the nations, amongst the heathen and amongst our people, that the Lord is going to establish that now. yeah, man. Brothers had something else.
Good.
So we can end off there, man. You know, hey, Lord willing, this is edifying and exhorting. All right, we want to end off by